Wow.
Yay!
Thank you, Kate. It is such an honor to be here. I'm going to switch mics here.
Aviva, tell everyone where you're from and the story of the Cannabis Car song.
All right. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, but I was in Tennessee on a blueberry cherry tomato farm when the farmer was talking to this poor lady who was abandoned by her horrible boyfriend on this farm. And she was scared of the huge snakes that were under the boats. But I was having a great time. And he said, "Do you want to smoke some weed?" And I said, "That's okay. I don't really smoke." And he said, "But it was, it should be legal. And I hope it's not because it's illegal." And I said, "No, I just get too crazy when I smoke. I'm cool." And he was like, "Well, did you know that it was once required of farmers to grow marijuana?" And I said, it just blew me open. I said, I don't know. I didn't know any of that. So I looked it up, and I found out that Henry Ford created a car that ran on cannabis.
Yay!
And I was about to play at a festival, a reggae festival, Camp Reggae, in Tennessee. And I didn't have a lot of reggae songs. And I thought that that would be a great topic. So I wrote the song. Hold on, this chair is in my way.
Ta-da! There's Aviva.
Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs? You got a nice life. You got a nice wife. You're working hard for your money. You gotta save to survive, but the gas prices never cease to rise.